The Sustainable Development Goals SDGs number 3 by 2030 targets to end the epidemics of HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and the other communicable diseases. It also calls for deeper investments in research and development, health financing, and health risk reduction and management. On this account, different researchers from more than 5 African countries met in Chongwe, Zambia to discuss on the issues affecting the health sector, especially on HIV and tuberculosis-TB. Speaking on the sidelines of the Annual Consortium Meeting in Chongwe, Zambia, Sub-Saharan African Network for Tuberculosis, TB and HIV Research Excellent, Santhe Programs Director Professor Thumbi Ndung'u has called on African governments to increase spending on HIV and TB, stating that most of the research programs are being funded by funders outside Africa, adding that it is high time the research programs begin to be funded locally.
And if you look at even our own funding here at Santhe, most of it is coming from overseas, from outside Africa. So we really need to change the culture, and our governments need to focus much more on vaccine, on funding research directly, if we are going to innovate and develop the next generation of vaccines. And we saw from COVID that if we don't do that, we will be left behind.
Professor Ndung'u further says that all stakeholders, together with policymakers, need to be sitting together to address issues affecting the health sector, as the problem is not only for scientists.
Politicians, with policymakers, we need to be sitting at the table. We need to reach out to them. But I think that our African politicians are also not, they are also key stakeholders. So they also understand that these are important issues. So I think although we need to develop, we need more conversations with them.
On the other hand, Professor Ndung'u had this to say.
Because they have been shown not to work. But that doesn't mean that they will not work. So what we are trying to do is to develop new ways to develop vaccines, particularly vaccines that are able to induce broadly neutralizing antibodies. So we have a lot of people in our consortium who are doing research in that area. And hopefully that will lead to an effective HIV vaccine. We don't know how long it's going to take, but that's the way we are going at the moment.
Malangi, Nzombola, Chongwe District.